Just one question I know that families often have is, how do we manage our expectations about timescales? You know, people hear about this exciting research and think, I need it now for my child, they're growing up and they're starting to see changes. So how quickly do you think, or what should we prepare ourselves on the front of, on the perspective of timescales?
Do you want me to take that, or Mariya, do you want to? I can definitely answer from a company perspective. You know, having moved, having seen the announcement from today from our Stellar study, you know, we're moving into a pivotal trial for Usher type 2A exon 13. You know, that will be an 18-month primary endpoint study. So we would have 18 months of data in what would be a 2-year study, basically. So once that's up and going, and I know Daniel's ambition, and he's extremely ambitious, being a tech entrepreneur in the field of pharmaceuticals, which means we will have to move slightly faster than we would we would normally. We would want to kick that trial off by the end of the year. So, you know, that would be an end of the year, and then 2 years, you know, that would be the ambition. But Mariya, do you want to give a bit more?
Yeah, I mean, I'm glad that you answered that, Andy. So when you have a pharmaceutical partner and they are driving something to market, they want to do it as fast as possible, because they have invested a huge amount of money in all of those trials. They want to, you know, they want to get that drug to market, because essentially once it's an approved treatment, that's when they start to make their money. So for people like, you know, ProQR, that is fantastic, which means they'll be driving that as fast as possible. When it comes to the other research where, you know, there may not be, you know, industrial partners yet, and we're, you know, still trying to establish proof of concept, that's difficult, because then you're just kind of relying on fundraising. You're relying on people like Retinue UK, Fight for Sight, Cure Usher, you know, to basically give you a grant that allows you to continue your work. And if the funding stops, then the research stops. Or equally, and I think I don't even think that I continue to explain what phase 3 etc was. I think I stopped at phase 2, I think, and then but anyway, but you know, equally I know with the small molecule drug work, we were really pushing for this company to do a clinical trial, but then they decided that you know, going into eye diseases wasn't the field that they wanted to go into. And so, you know, you're kind of stuck, because you're begging them, because you know that there are drugs that could potentially work. But if the company doesn't want to invest in that, then you're kind of stuck again. And I certainly know that there is somebody on this call who's emailed me recently, and I've had to say that again to them. But it's genuinely, I mean, it breaks my heart, because I'm sitting there going, we have all this proof of concept. Why can't we move into a clinical trial? But to actually do a clinical trial without industrial funding costs millions of pounds. And that isn't really money that we should be expecting patients to fundraise. We should now, in today's climate where, you know, we have biotechs and stuff, hope that they will come in and kind of take that technology. So it's a kind of, that's the situation in terms of the early work, where we're, you know, trying to get these vectors to work, and that can take longer. With the stuff that's already in trials, that's going to have, you know, a quicker readout for everyone, I hope. I hope that answers it.
I think it does, yeah. And I think you've educated us a lot in some of the sort of, you know, the nuances of why this is challenging, and actually that helps us all to be realistic and have a better understanding, which, yeah, I think makes us understand, you know, more about some of those challenges.
But I mean, the fact that ProQR, and even, you know, I think it's N-Acuity are running the antioxidants for Usher patients generally. I mean, the fact that there are clinical trials that are underway for Usher patients is a massively huge thing. And the fact that you've got, you know, maybe 3 charity partners coming to talk to you after us to say that, you know, they want to support research in Ushers, they want to hopefully develop a treatment that actually gets to you guys is really great news, because there's a lot of, you know, IRD communities that don't even have this kind of patient support group and focus on where they're going. So, you know, I mean, so again, I know there are some of you on this call that may have seen the BBC Two documentary recently. And actually, I cried watching that, not because of necessarily Leo, but actually because of all you guys that I see in my clinic. I know that you desperately want a treatment, and I sometimes feel paralyzed because I so want it bad for you too. And we're kind of stuck, aren't we? But just it's really important to be really hopeful, because there is a huge amount of research going on. As I said, if it's not for your particular gene, it may be a common disease pathway that will be able to at least help slow things down as well. And just, you know, very, very quickly, because I didn't say it, but it's something that I do tell all my patients. 3 simple things that you can be doing at home. Firstly, antioxidants in your diet is really important. Okay, so, you know, I'm not saying take a supplement, but having fresh fruit and vegetables, green leafy vegetables, and especially fruit that is basically red, purple, black. So grapes, raspberries, strawberries, blueberries, all of those antioxidant fruits are really great for your diet. And I would encourage you all to take loads, because we've seen in the retinas of patients with RP high levels of oxidative stress. So before these treatments, you know, the results come through or they become actual approved therapies, do make that change. Exercise is supposed to be good as well. The other thing is UV protected sunglasses in bright sunlight, because that will protect the retina from that UV light that can be kind of accelerating damage there. And then the only other thing, there's no hard and fast evidence, but we do suggest that, especially because of COVID, and a lot of your kids are going to have been homeschooling on computers and stuff, but getting blue light screen protectors on your kind of devices. So putting them on your laptops, computers, iPhones, iPads. We know that the blue light that's being emitted does affect the circadian rhythm. So that's why, you know, there are actual evidence reports that children should not be using devices, you know, 2 hours before bedtime, because they just won't sleep properly. But we know that that blue light, as I said, that's the same light that we flash in the eyes when we do that autofluorescence, that can cause damage to, you know, retinal cells that are not healthy. So just as a precaution, I have it on my computer. That's something that you guys can do. So
thank you, Mariya. On top of the hope, you've also given us some practical tips and something we feel like we can actually do. So that's, yeah, more than we even hoped for. Thank you. Thanks so much.